So the musafir, the traveler, whose journey is to be shortened, who is allowed to shorten his journey. So that's why he mentioned here, the traveler whose journey necessitates that he shortens. Niyyah, his intent is to travel, and then he leaves the township, right? Which is the urf of this country in reality. The custom of the people in this country and in Europe generally is that the person who leaves his town with the intent of traveling, then he is a musafir. As for Shaykh al-Fawzan, he mentions, no, it is 80 kilometers. Whoever travels a journey of 80 kilometers with the intent of traveling, then he is a musafir. And therefore, he can shorten his prayer. And therefore, since he can shorten his prayer, he can break his fast. If he's allowed to shorten his prayer, then he's also allowed to break his fast. So he shortens the prayer from 4 down to 2. For him, it is allowed and it is recommended in certain cases for him to break his fast. And the breaking of the fast he mentions, فَإِفْطَارُهُ أَفْضَلُ. And the breaking of the fast for the traveler is better. And for this reason, we have the ayah, وَمَا جَعَلَ عَلَيْكُمْ فِي الدِّينِ مِنْ حَرَجٍ. And we have not, Allah has not placed for you any hardship in the religion. Surah Al-Hajj, the same ayah that we mentioned previously. And likewise, due to the statement of Allah's Messenger ﷺ in the hadith that we mentioned already, the hadith reported by Imam Ahmad, Ibn Majah, and the hadith is Sahih, Ibn Hibban, not Ibn Majah. The hadith reported by Imam Ahmad and Ibn Hibban in his Sahih from the hadith of Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu anhuma, where the Prophet ﷺ said that indeed Allah loves, Inna Allah yuhibbu an tu'ta rukhasuhu kama yakrahu an tu'ta ma'siyatuhu. That Allah loves that His allowance and ease is accepted, just as He hates that he is disobeyed in that which He commands. So based upon that, when Allah gives you a rukhsa of shortening the prayer, you should shorten the prayer. If Allah gives you the allowance to break the fast, then He said that the iftar is afdal. Then he mentions, however, if a sick person was to continue to fast, or the traveler continues to fast, then his fasting is accepted. And this is the position of the Jumhur, or the majority of the scholars. And one may refer back to Mughni, volume 4, for a discussion on that. Then he said, so if he takes the burden and he fasts, meaning that he bears the burden upon himself and he fasts whilst he is sick, or that he fasts whilst he is upon a journey, then his fasting is sound and correct. However, breaking the fast is better, due to the statement of Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, reported by Bukhari and Muslim from Jabir bin Abdullah, لَيْسَ مِنَ الْبِرِّ الصِّيَامُ فِي السَّفَرِ, that it is not from piety to fast whilst upon a journey. And then finally, the final sentence, or the final point, that the author, he said, if he intended to fast that day, and he fasted it, and then he traveled during that day, then he may break his fast. He said that the fast, he said that if he intends to fast, and he is a resident, and he fasts, therefore, the beginning of the day, then he embarks upon a journey during that day, it is allowed for him to break his fast, because it is known to him, it is something that is a reality to him and known to him, that he is a traveler, that he has become a traveler. And Allah, the mighty and majestic, He said, وَمَنْ كَانَ مَرِيدًا أَوْ عَلَى سَفَرٍ فَإِدَّةٌ مِّنْ أَيَّامٍ أُخَرٍ. So whomsoever is sick or upon a journey, then for him is to make up for other days. That is for the one who is upon a journey. And then he said, however, if a person was to complete the day in which he fasted, and that day in which he began to fast the first part of that day, and he was resident, and then he travelled during that day, so now he is upon a journey, but he began the first part of that day fasting, then it is better that he completes the fast of that day. However, if he was to break it, then he should break his fast, and that is allowed for him, after he has left the town, and not break it whilst he is still resident in the town, because of the fact that he is not considered a traveller up until he leaves the town. So therefore, of course, the point here also is that which we mentioned last time, that once a person leaves his town, then he is considered to be upon a journey. Once he leaves his town, then he is considered to be upon a journey, with the additional point that Shaykh al-Fawzan, Hafidhahullah Ta'ala, mentions, so long as his journey is 80 kilometers or more. So long as his journey is intended to be 80 kilometers or more. So once his journey is intended to be 80 kilometers or more, then once he has left his town, he is considered to be upon a journey.